30 days of feeling, day 25. We're doing good. As always, peeps, first and foremost, wishing you an incredible day. We got Monday, June 30th, 2025. Today's session is going to be par of the course. No topic already predisposed, just truly whatever's bubbling on the surface of Graham is what's going to come through in this video today. And I'm super excited for that. As always, I recommend for this practice, honestly, this is the way it really should be done, is just like on a walk, speaking to yourself what's coming up, asking yourself questions, working through what's there, in your journal, finding a quiet place to reflect, your favorite pen or pencil, and writing out these things that are happening inside of you, what's going on mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It doesn't just have to be feelings emotionally. It can be feelings intuitively, for example. There's no right or wrong. There's just practice. So amazing. Had a beautiful morning today, peeps. Went to the beach, journaled a bunch for myself, sat by the sand. I was the only person there, which is just, that will never stop blowing my mind, is how few people have that type of freedom or choose that type of freedom or make that type of choice just to like be there in the mornings. It's just such an incredible place. There's so much happening. So I feel extremely fortunate for that. And yeah, then I went and met a man who I'm going to be working with soon and doing a session with. Incredible, super nice gentleman who's just going through a challenging period in his life of finding new identity, of being comfortable with who he is and how he's lived his life. And most importantly, not letting things in the past dictate his future. You all have that ability. We all have that ability to allow for past situations and experiences and the beliefs created from those to dictate or stop us from achieving or experiencing what we want in the future. That is all under our control. And the way in which we can orchestrate the future is by stitching up the past, stitching up the emotional wounds, stitching up the spiritual misguidance, stitching up the mental the mental bandage that needs to be recalibrated based off of the reality of life, which is that for the majority of people that are watching this video, you have food, you have water, you have shelter, you have friends and family, you have love, you have all the things necessary to live a joyful life, which is not the same as others or many people from the past in history. So just need that perspective consistently. And anyway, came home from that and now recording videos. Excited to record videos. Feels really good. So as I get into my little layer here, just remembering that this practice is the practice of communication with the self. It's the practice of letting go. It's the practice of visualizing. It's the practice of using imagination. It's the practice of giving myself permission to be the facilitator, the orchestrator, the designer, and the receiver of not only my visions, but also the manifestation of them. And not only just the feelings, but also the letting go of them. And not only just the thoughts, but the seeing them, understanding where they come from, why they're there, the beliefs, et cetera, et cetera. And so for today, I'm just going to allow whatever comes up, whatever is on top, to just be there and present and just work through it. So, yeah. Day 25, 30 days of feeling. In this moment, I feel really joyful. I feel so blessed to be here making videos. This is so fun for me. Honestly, it just feels good to connect with myself immediately. Like a little emotional welling there, just because the joy is so intense. Like, it just really feels that good. I feel that good. So thanks, Graham, for just choosing joy. Could choose so many other things. Could choose misery, could choose stress, could choose grinding, could choose forcing, could choose aggression, and could find reasons to force myself to do things, but I don't do that. I see the reality of who I am in my life and what would really be good for me, and so that feels really nice, and that brings a certain level of contentment to me. I feel really content in this moment because my life is so orchestrated in a way that really highlights my joy and highlights my happiness and highlights my positive contribution to the world and highlights my okayness with who I am and where I'm at and what I have and what I really value. Yeah, I think this has been a huge topic of conversation lately that I've had with people, and just on social media and whatever. There's just this idea of being content being a bad thing. Never be content. Always go. Grow 1% every day. Insert, insert, insert. I don't have a problem with the idea of always evolving, but I do think that not having the ability to be content with where I am at can lead to a lot of stress and a lot of insecurity and a lot of inferiority. I'm not as good as constant comparison. I don't know if I really am as the inability to really see myself in the brightest light as the most powerful person that I am. And the list goes on and on and on. Those who show that trait of being able to be content in my mind are those who are humble, those who are good stewards of what they have, those who will become those who will be good stewards of what they receive. And I really feel like those who can sustain what they've received are those who are really humble and those who keep themselves grounded and level and understand their contributions to themselves and to the world. And I feel really strongly about my ability to do that. Feels really nice to feel content and to feel like I have enough and that my relationship is all I need. And I'm really happy with that. And that my lovely home and where I live and all these things are perfect. Like I don't need to change them just to change them. I don't need to force myself to feel like I need to do more just because I could. Just because I can doesn't mean I should. I think people really confuse that. Because I can, I have to. Why? What are you missing out on by not doing that? The perception that more is better? The perception that higher is better? The reality is that wherever my attention and presence is where I feel. And if my attention and presence is in this moment, I feel incredible about the life that I've created, and I can see what I might want down the road, but I don't feel the pressure to force myself to do things that are out of character. And that's the thing with contentness. For a lot of people, your inability to content forces you to do things that are out of character, out of who you truly are. They are in alignment with the character you created. A lot of people created this character via the reflections of societal norms, like hustle culture, for example, is the reflection of societal insecurity of not having enough or being enough that people play the character of so they can feel like they are enough, which stops their ability to be content with what they have, which never allows them to really see themselves truly and clearly. And in that, you're never going to feel whole. You're never going to feel powerful. You're never going to feel peace. Remember, where there's presence, there's peace. Where there's peace, there's power. But if you don't want to recognize your power because you would rather find chaos in your life and not recognize the peace, then you'll never experience the presence of the moment. You'll always be somewhere else. In the past that you should have made a different decision, or in the future that you need to make a new decision. And the only thing you'll busy yourself with in the moment are things that are going to lead you closer to that character role or that climax in the play, so to speak, instead of just being present with the unbelievable joy of the moment, of life, of existence, of curiosity, of amazing people, of amazing things, of contributions, of the real magnitude of what you're doing and why. And that's kind of how I feel about myself. I feel that I'm conscious of this. Even the way I just explained it, like that's a very deep insight that I've spent a lot of time working, practicing being in the energy of and staying in the energy of. That humility, that contentment. I'm obviously excited about growing my business and increasing the amount of people that are practicing presence, peace, and power, and watching more people live life with more humility and enjoyment, insert. But it's not really like the only objective of my life. Like that isn't as important as me feeling alignment with who I am and me walking a path that feels real to me and feels honorable to me. That feels way more important than the numbers, than stacking things just to stack them, than hoarding things just to hoard them. Accumulation just to accumulate. I don't do those things. They're very hollow. And those are the things that leave people feeling really alone because they're the only ones that are pursuing them in the way that they're pursuing. And eventually, if you're only pursuing for pursuit's sake, you're going to be surrounded by people who are only pursuing for pursuit's sake, and they're going to compare what they've pursued with what you've pursued, and you're both going to feel either superior or inferior, which just leads into less and less ability to connect, which is what I think everyone really wants to do, is connect. So I feel connected in this moment because of my willingness to just punt everything that isn't human, and just be present with people, and be present with myself, and just sit here and be honest. And that feels really good. And it feels really powerful to just share how I feel and who I am. I feel good about that. I don't feel like this is something I'm going to do every day publicly for everybody. I don't think it's necessary. But I think for the sake of the series, it makes sense and I'm open to it. Especially in this very unique time of my life where I just got back from this amazing trip and just spent literally a whole month just surrounded by such interesting, different, unique people from all over. So I feel really fortunate in this moment because I've had such a unique and blessed experience, and I just am really proud of the choices that I've made and the person that I've become and chose to be. I haven't let the past define me, the bad choices I've made, the moments the moments where I played a different character that isn't truly who I am. I haven't let those define me, and I haven't let the things that I've done that I'm not the happiest with or proud of or feel like I made the best choices dictate who I am now. And that feels really cool. And even the way I just did that, I can feel the sun and see the sun on my face right here. And that's how it feels. It feels light and bright and warm. And that's how I feel. I feel light and bright and warm. And I feel like I'm a light, bright, warm person. I bring light, bright warmth to people. And in my sessions with clients, it's light, it's bright, and it's warm. That's where healing happens. That's where miracles happen. In the light. And that feels like, that feels fucking, it's like the ultimate, it's like a spiritual testosterone boost. That's what it feels like. I don't know if anyone's ever experienced that in a football game or whatever, when you make a big play, or when I made a big play. It's just like, that's what it feels like when truth is spoken. It feels like an explosion. That feels so neat. And so in this moment, I feel grateful for being myself, for living a life of alignment, for choosing the choices I've made, and for being able to make videos and have confidence to share this stuff on camera in front of people I don't know. I said that before in other videos, but it's a constant theme, which is a constant theme, that these things continue to come over and over and over again. But more importantly, my ability to practice them increases my capacity to share. I'm just so much more comfortable sharing because of the practice I put in. So no matter who you are and where you're at, you can always practice, peeps. And that's kind of one of my philosophies, is just practice. I mean, it doesn't have to be any more difficult than that. It's just practice. It doesn't even matter. Some people are like, my perfect practice, or this practice, or it's only good if you do X. I'm just do something. Just do it. Just do something. It's better than nothing. And you'll learn. And as I continue to learn, and I'm not perfect by any means, and I never will be. And I think that's the joy. I don't want to be perfect. That'd be weird. I would be God if I was perfect, right? Wouldn't that make sense? If humans are fallible, God is not. You would just be everything combined simultaneously. That would be, that'd be interesting. But it would be like, that's another conversation. Mm-hmm. We could just, that's an in-person conversation, not one to rant. Anyway, yeah, I feel excited for a great day. I feel excited to work out today. I feel thankful. Last night I got to play video games with my friends. It's always so fun. Intense. I did yoga yesterday. It was so good. I can't wait to do more of it. It's so important for me to practice that. It just feels really connecting. It's a great hour, 2-3 hours a week where I just get to be with myself and connected to myself and breath. And I always am grateful for that. And yeah, what else? Feel good, feel excited, feel thankful, feel grateful, feel content, and feel ready to rock the rest of my day. So 14 minutes, 18 seconds, and I feel that much more clear. And that's the real purpose of this practice, peeps, is to feel clear. Again, back to the river. If you have a stream that's like churned up with all this water, you can't see the bottom. That's a lot of people. That's your mind. That's your emotional space. It's just chaotic. I don't even know what I'm feeling. There's so many things happening. I can't breathe. What we do in this session is by asking questions and really visualizing and seeing, connecting to the energy and letting what's naturally there come up, we're able to actually still that water a little bit. And the absence of chaos is clarity. When we can see the bottom, we know what's happening inside of us, and I know what's happening inside of me, and that gives me a certain level of confidence. And like I've said before, where there's presence, there's peace. So when I'm willing to look at my life, then there's immediately going to be a certain level of chaos that I see. When I work through it, there's peace. Where there's presence, there's peace. Where there's peace, there is power. I can change it. I can shift. I've just shifted my energy. I'm that much more aware in this moment. I'm that much more dialed in. My mind, my brain, my energy, everything's focused right here. That's because I'm present. I'm nowhere else. And on my mind, you know how on your phone you have different apps running in the background, it drains battery. When you swipe all those off, that's what we just did. We swiped all the apps off, and now we're just 100% here. That's presence. When I'm present, I can devote 100% mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. One area, my creativity, my output, my conviction, everything goes up. And when that all goes up, I'm capable of doing amazing things. That's the power of presence. So I recommend practicing it. And that's what 30 Days of Feeling is all about. Practicing presence and having fun, enjoying your life and being content and still being ambitious. I'm quite ambitious. If you saw my goals on the board, you'd be like, damn, didn't know you were that ambitious. And I'd say that's because I don't need to tell everybody what I want to do anymore to feel good about myself or to feel like that will make me do it. I just have things that I want to do, and as time goes on, they happen. Anyway, life's good. Feel good. Gonna go to the gym. Get a little lift on. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna hit the chest today, and I feel very thankful. My body's so healthy. And anything else I want to say? I just appreciate all you. Appreciate you. Can play a note for you. It's a lefty guitar. Guitar looks good on me, I will say. It looks like something that you can see me doing. I can see me doing. So anyway, life's good. Keep going, keep growing. Keep communicating with yourself, keep learning, keep being curious. Don't settle. But find peace. Be a good steward. Have a great day. Let's find a way.